We're Team Vicarious. I'm Jeannie.
And I'm Andy. And today we're going to show you how to take the doors off of your Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. We happen to have a 2017 JK model. It's the 4-door model. And we're going to show you the tips and tricks you need to take the doors off and put them back on, including dealing with stuck doors, which happened to us. So we'll show you what we learned. Hang on and take a look.
The first thing you want to do is tuck in the mirrors on both sides. Use the largest bit that came with your Jeep ratchet set to remove the bolts. You won't lose the bolts because there's a handy place in the back to store all of your bolts.
If you've never taken the doors off of your Jeep, or it's been a long time, you might find that the doors will be stuck. It could be from rust on the pins, or even paint from the assembly line when the Jeep was built. So we found a couple tricks that are going to help you out if the doors are stuck. A little bit of WD-40 into the door pins, and then a few taps with a rubber mallet, not a hammer, but a rubber mallet to loosen the door pins and help you lift it up and get the doors off the Jeep. Okay, spray a little bit of WD-40 into each of the pin joints. You can wipe it off later, a little bit of the excess. And then work the door a couple of times to get some of that WD-40 into the pins. And you might wait a couple of minutes and then try lifting the door. If it comes off, great. If not, take your rubber mallet and just hit the top of each pin here and here with the rubber mallet only. All right, a couple of things to keep in mind before you actually take the door off. First of all, Jeannie moved the mirrors in. The reason for that is when the door comes off the strap on the inside, the safety strap, that door is available to swing all the way around, and this mirror will actually leave a huge dent in your hood if you're not careful. So that's why we tuck the mirrors in. There's less chance of the mirror hitting the hood. Second thing we like to do is we like to put something soft underneath the car door that we're taking off, the Jeep door that we're taking off, because if you need to set it down in a hurry, you don't want to drop it on the pavement or the ground and chip the paint or bang up the door. The third thing is have an area ready to go to store the doors ahead of time. So we put down some cardboard. You can obviously use drop cloth or a piece of carpeting or whatever you like, but we've got leftover boxes, so we like using those. So we'll actually set our Jeep doors down on those, and that way they'll stay off the ground and they won't get scratched up. Before you take the door off, you have to do two more things. There are two more items that need to be disconnected. The first is the door strap. This is what holds the door and keeps it from swinging all the way around or bumping into the car next to you if you're parked close to somebody. Once you disconnect the strap, this door is free to swing all the way around, so just be careful and hold on to it. The second is the connector at the end of the strap, which controls all the electronics in the door. So the connector has a thumb tab. You just have to reach up, press the thumb tab, and pull it straight down. And then once that's disconnected, you can lift the door strap up over the loop and get that free so that you can lift the door off after that. Okay, this is the strap that holds the door in place. You can see it's attached to the door. It's got a loop in the middle which goes over this hook, and then if you follow the strap up, the end is that multi-connector with all the electronics for the door. So let's go ahead and disconnect the electronics and remove the door strap so that we can take the door off. This is the front passenger side door, and looks a little bit like this. So let me see if I can get a close-up for you. Good. Okay, now, so if you follow the strap up, there's this gray. It's a light gray colored. It looks white on camera, but it's light gray. And that's the multi-connector. So all you have to do is follow this up, press your thumb on the little tab, and pull straight down, and that's how you disconnect it, and that's what it looks like. So there's the tab that you press, the little thumb tab. Pull it straight down. Now, to take the strap off, let's go back here. You lift the strap, you got to kind of pinch it a little bit so it goes wide enough. You lift it up and over the hook, and then hold on to the door so that it doesn't swing open on you. And you can see here, let me get a close-up of the hook itself. See how it's shaped like this. So you need to lift it out and up in order to clear the hook. And then just come around, tuck it in, and you're ready to take the door off. All right, the next thing, hopefully your door is loose. We sprayed it with WD-40. We knocked it with the rubber mallet a couple times. And just one other thing to note is that the front doors are about 70 pounds, so they're very heavy. You want to make sure that you lower the glass before you take it out. And I like to remove the doors from inside the door. To me, it's a little bit easier taking them off when you're inside the car. We also have our soft cardboard or carpeting underneath the door in case I need to set it down in a hurry or I accidentally drop it for whatever reason. We just want to be safe with that and protect the door. So once the door is open, go ahead, you're just going to lift it up and out of the pins, and then take it over to your storage area. One other thing you might want to do is add some door grease to the pins before you put the doors back on the Jeep. This will keep them from getting stuck, and if it's going to be next year before you take the doors off again, just run a little on here, and that'll make life a lot easier. So you can use any white grease that you get at a hardware store or automotive store, or door grease if you can find it. This is pretty cheap. But this will make your life much easier next summer. Okay, to take off the rear doors, it's the same procedure, the same steps. A couple of things to note. You need to make sure that the front seat is pushed all the way forward. There's a little hatch that is in the B pillar that you just need to pop the cover off in order to get to the connector and the loop on the strap. To take the hatch off, you just pull it off. It's pretty easy. It's attached by a string so you can't lose it, a little cord. You can see that at the end of this strap is the multi-connector for all the electronics in the door. And then inside here is a loop and a hook that are keeping the door from swinging open. So let me see if I can get a picture of that for you. Okay, there's the strap, the loop, and then you can see inside is the multi-connector. So let me go ahead and remove those. Just reach up, press the thumb tab, pull out the multi-connector. You can see that's what it looks like. It's a light gray color. And pull the door in a little bit. Lift the loop up over the strap, and then pass everything through the hole on the side and tuck that into the door. so that you don't lose it or it doesn't get pinched in. Make sure you hold on to the door though, so that in case the wind comes by, it doesn't swing the door open and hit something next to the car. Once that's disconnected, you have everything tucked in, go ahead and just lift it up from the inside, is the way we like to do it best, and then bring it to your storage area. Now that you have the doors off, you might have noticed that you lost your side mirrors because they were permanently mounted to the doors themselves. You'll have to check with your state laws because some states, like ours, require that you have 2 mirrors that face backwards. So we have the center mirror, but we're short a mirror. That means we had to purchase a mirror kit to add to our Jeep Wrangler. You might have to do the same, but you can just Google your state laws, and we use the phrase, can I drive with the doors off in my state, and how many mirrors are required in a vehicle in my state. To put the doors back on, you just reverse the process. Now, I like to put the doors on from outside the door. To me, it's a little bit easier, especially trying to line up the pins. If you've got black on black or you've got a dark area, it's very difficult to see the pins from inside the door when you're trying to slide it back in place. So I like doing it from the outside. It's a little bit easier, and then it gives you a little bit better grip on the door as well. So the main thing is lift it up, line up both pins so they drop in, and then we'll go around and hook the strap in immediately after that. Here we go. Okay, to attach the rear door, it's the same procedure. Once you have the door in place and you've slid the pins into the hinges, come around and attach the strap immediately so that if the door blows open or swings open because of gravity, it doesn't hit anything. Pop the panel off from the top, let it hang, and obviously you can see that it's attached with a cord there. Slide everything through the hole in the side, and then immediately loop the strap over the hook inside the frame. There you go. And that way, if the door swings open, it's not going to hit anything. Take your multi-connector with all the electronics and the thumb tab, make sure it's facing towards the inside of the vehicle, and then you're just going to slide it up into the receptacle and just make sure it clicks into place. And it takes a second here sometimes to get it lined up. There we go. That's in there good. You've got the strap on there good. Go ahead and put the cover back, put the bottom in first, and then just tip it up and press it into place, and you're good to go. Okay, the front door goes back on the same way. So we're going to lift it up, drop both pins in. It's much heavier than the back doors, so just be prepared. It might take you a few extra seconds to do it. I like to do it from the outside, again, so I can see the pins as I line them up, and kind of grab it from the bottom and the upper right at the same time. I think is the best way to hold it, so let's do it. And we got it. Okay. Still holding on to the door. All right, this is the front passenger side door. After you've hung the door on the pins, go ahead and quickly loop the strap back onto the hook so that if the wind catches the door, it's not going to fly open and bang the hood or bang into the car next to you or wherever you happen to be. Once that's securely in place, now you can go ahead and pull the multi-connector back. And the way to do that is just grab it. You got to kind of feel around for the rectangular sized receptacle and then click it into place. Once you do that, normally the lights will come back on in the car. You know, you might hear the door lock click or something like that, but basically, you know you've got a secure connection when it clicks, and if you've got this over the hook, the strap over the hook, you are good to go. Don't forget to put your mirrors back. That helps. And one other thing, don't forget to put the bolts back into the pins. I've done that before. Now, worst case scenario, you know, if you were in an accident, those doors might come off. You don't want that to happen. So obviously, make sure you put the pins back in, the bolts back in, and you'll be all set. You know, the first time we took the doors off, we struggled with them. The pins were stuck, and it was a little tough, but we got through it. And we've taken many friends out in the Jeep without the doors on it. They're all terrified initially, but then they get used to it and they love it as much as we do. So thanks for joining us. I'm Andy.
I'm Jeannie. Thanks.
We're
Bye.
Team Vicarious. Bye-bye.